GarageBand comes with hundreds of instrument sounds and presets. But if you find yourself making the same changes every time you start a new project, you can actually save your own custom sounds and use them in any future song. That includes software instruments, guitar tones, vocal chains, and almost any other track setup. Let me show you how it works. I'm going to start with GarageBand's string instrument and create a custom violin sound. First, I'll select the individual violin and deselect the other instruments in the string section. Here's how it sounds by default. It's a perfectly usable sound, but I want to turn it into something more atmospheric and distinctive. I'll open the track controls and head into plugins and EQ. This is where you'll find the effects currently applied to a track. You'll normally see compressor and visual EQ at the top. Now, these can't be removed, but you can turn them off or adjust their settings if you need to. Below these are the plugin slots where we can add more effects. I'll start by adding an AUV3 shimmer effect that I already have installed on my iPad. I'll tap an empty plugin slot, choose Audio Unit Extensions, then select the effect I want to use. I'll adjust the settings until I have a much more spacious, almost synth-like violin sound. As nice as they sound, you don't need to use third-party effects to do this though. GarageBand includes its own effects, so you can build custom sounds using only the plugins that come with the app. I'll add GarageBand's overdrive effect and keep the drive fairly low. I don't really want any obvious distortion here, just a little bit more texture. Next, I'll add some chorus to make the violin sound a bit wider. I can also return to the main track controls and adjust the instrument's reverb and echo levels. I'll bring in a little more reverb, but keep the echo fairly subtle here. Alright, so here's the original violin sound again. And here's my finished version. That no longer sounds like a standard GarageBand string preset, so let's save it. In the track controls, I can tap the name of the current sound at the top. Then tap Save and give my new sound a name. Then, once I'm finished, I can tap Done. GarageBand now adds a custom category to the sound browser, and that's where you'll find every sound you save. Now, these custom sounds aren't limited to the current project. If I create a completely new song, add the strings instrument, and open up the customs category, my DIY synth violin sound is ready to use with all of its instrument settings, plugins, EQ, and master effects intact. And you can use the exact same process with audio tracks too. For example, I've created a vocal track with EQ, compression, reverb, and a couple of additional effects.
You wanna stay all night. You're the sun out of mind. You wanna stay all night. You're the sun out of mind. You wanna stay.
Rather than rebuilding this effect chain every time I record a vocal, I can open up the sound menu, tap Save, and give it a recognizable name. The next time I add an audio recorder track, I can open the custom category and load the entire setup instantly. This also works really well for guitar tones. You can start with one of GarageBand's amp sounds, change the amp and pedal settings, add plugins, and then save the finished setup. Custom guitar sounds will appear in the custom section of the Guitar Amp sound browser. If you save several sounds, you can also tap Edit inside the custom category to rename or delete any that you no longer need. Let me know your thoughts on creating and saving custom sounds in GarageBand down in the comments. And if you could hit the like button and hype the video while you're down there, I'd really appreciate it. And it helps more people see this video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.